Muscle Cars Universe.
Welcome everyone to Muscle Cars Universe. This is Andy, your favorite host. Today we have this beautiful 1970 Chevrolet Corvette equipping an LT1 350 small block with 370 horsepower, a 4-speed manual transmission that my friend Dane has kindly offered for me to feature. So follow me through this whole day of fun and sun as we explore this great piece of automotive engineering.
So 63 was first year for four-wheel disc brakes.
Four-wheel disc brakes.
Those other ones, they do look great, but they just don't stop, you know. The front end in a 62 Corvette is like out of a 53 Chevy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
For the 350 it's got plenty of push, eh?
Tons.
Because the car is light.
Tons, bro.
It's nimble.
Yeah, but it's a 370 horse.
Yeah, but it's also two-seater, so it speaks volumes on the maneuverability and the character, you know, of the Corvette itself.
It's got like the good ratio, quick change, like this is a close ratio box, and then the diff ratio is awesome as well.
And being a C3 it was improved from the previous C2, so
yeah. So a good LT1 like this will give a big block Corvette at the lights a really good run for its money. And on the drag strip, like it'll probably get it halfway.
then it will blow you away with the,
but then the big block,
top end, right?
the 427, the 390, that car is you know, something else.
Bloody good.
It pops.
Yeah, it pops, man. 100%.
That's all with the exhaust. So it's got that chambered exhaust system under it.
Oh yeah, here on tunnel.
And then it's also got the headers, you know.
Yeah. So it's a full straight pipe exhaust with just the resonators at the back, right? Or are the resonators in the middle?
Middle, and they're long like that, and they're cropped together.
And you just straight. Okay.
Straight. But the muffler is it's about the length of this gap, and it's squashed together. It's a special. You could get them like on a Cuda, Camaro. So they called them a chambered exhaust, or they also called them a off-road exhaust.
Yeah.
So you're doing about, say, 100 at 2500. It's perfect. It's just humming along.
Yeah, just coasting it.
When I think the biggest rev I've pulled in this car between 4 and 4.5.
Yeah.
Maximum. I wouldn't want to go any more than that.
I mean, it's not a racing engine anyway.
Well, you just run out of room, and like even doing skids in it, like I wouldn't do it. That independent rear end is absolutely vicious on the Corvette. It's 4.5, third gear. Doing 80 mile an hour at 3.5.
That's awesome, man.
That's why they like, you know, those guys come back from like Vietnam and stuff like that. They buy these cars.
They're like, this is just the jet fighter.
Original stuff. They have all the dated carburetor, the proper, like the Mr. Gasket headers. If I want to pull them off, I can put the proper ram tools on.
I'm just saying, honestly speaking, how comfortable this feels.
Oh, it rides so good.
Apart from being fast and
well does it feel?
It's just, but it doesn't bounce.
No.
It's stable yet comfortable. Seats are great. The position, I would describe the cockpit as a almost like a Japanese car because it's quite tiny.
Fuck yeah.
You know, it's quite you know, it's not stretched out or.
No, wheels like that.
Yeah.
This has this,
So you can tilt it, yeah.
and it also has this.
Oh, nice. Oh,
So you got tilt and tally.
telescopic and.
If I never had anybody else in my life, at least I've got my car.
Oh, absolutely.
People don't, they seem to forget that, you know, like people who have attachments to vehicles, the love affair. This has a lockout thing where you have to have it in reverse.
To remove the key.
That's 70. So the Chevelles have that as well.
Nice.
And the Camaros.
It's a safety feature, right?
Yep, anti-theft.
Nice.
That's what they call it. So what it has,
So those actuates the front lights.
yeah, what it has is a massive vacuum tank. That's the problem. What you know is that if you put a big cam in a car, it has trouble making vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so if you have a car like say an RS Camaro,
Yeah.
what they have is these big tanks. See that tank there? And this is all plumbing. All these valves, they open and close all of that. All this here runs to the headlights.
Just for the vacuum
And
headlights.
here, those, the activators, and that's what pops up your headlights.
Yeah. I can see they seem very heavy to actuate. They seem pretty heavy to actuate.
And the wiper is usually the big problem.
Wow. Then it's marvelous. So many little bits and pieces that makes everything about this car so special. I really like the handles for the doors. Very neat design. Reminds me of the 60s and 70s Ferraris from home. With those handles there. Beauty. Look at that. Like a proper airplane. And then
Just
on
on
here.
the back of the seat, there's a button.
Yep.
Push that up. That's it.
And then I didn't know that even the rear window comes off. Does it comes off from the inside or the outside? Must be from the inside. Yeah, you look at that. And the window is off too. Look at that. That's really wild. Let me tell you that. All things considered. Like seriously. Wow. After putting on the seat belt, after putting on the main seat belt here, you've got an optional one coming from here, and that locks into here. Look at that. So that it's actually holding you not just from your waist, which was the biggest problem in the 50s and 60s, all those really bad looking accidents, but now you got a proper modern, I would say contemporary solution to what we have today. So very comfortable seats, 4-speed manual, beautiful. Here you put the two hardtop pieces, and here you put the window with the one we just removed, and that's about it. Spaceship all rights. Unbelievable. Like, I did not know all of these things about the Corvette. I'm lucky to have someone like Dane here today with his wealth of knowledge in terms of classic cars, but especially Corvettes that he likes so much. And I gotta say, I like them too. This is where probably Chevy had a major turn point in terms of engineering excellence compared to other car brands. When the Chevelle came out, it was the Ford killer. That's what they called it. Dodge was on the same league, kind of, but especially the Chevelle was literally the best muscle car you could buy, sports car you could buy, for like just 2.5 grand, which was at the time a lot of money, but not as much as the 3,000 plus listing price of the Fords. And the Corvette came out and obliterated everything else. So it's got a lift spring going across.
Correct.
From
and you got little half shafts.
There.
That's why you
don't know if you guys can see it, but
that's why you got big burnouts on them, because they break.
Yeah. Having a lift spring running throughout the whole width of the car, it reminds me of those old Ford sedans, you know, the 40s and 50s sports coupe, deluxe, and so forth. And yeah,
so with this car,
you don't want to break that leaf spring.
The handbrake's in the disc rider, in the back, and the inside.
Just showing you guys from here what you actually see when you drive. It inspires speed, seriously. Like especially the 2 gauges notched in like that, typical of the late 60s Chevys, like the Camaro as well, that has got the wedged glasses on the actual gauges as well. Lock it and unlock it, and you can just basically just extend or retract the actual steering column.
Pull it TV, that's it.
Like that. Simple as that. Beautiful. Especially the 4-speed manual, which I like manual cars way more than automatic. It just feels a bit sketchy to see you going around with a piece of glass like that, but as it was, yep. So let's got this one here and that one there, so the window is actually steady and held in place while you do your spirited driving, with the roof out and the window out. And for the 2 pieces of the hardtop, it's the same, just for the compartment below it. Yep. More of it here, and that's just about it. It's so neat.
And that's where you put your seat away, your belt away in there. You fold it like that.
Oh, it's just like a stowaway.
Yeah. So usually it wouldn't have the booster. It's got brake assist. So it's got tandem and it's got assist.
Nice.
Yeah. So no power steering, because it did just throw belts off.
Yeah.
Deep groove pulleys.
Yeah.
One of the things about the colours on the Corvettes is they name them after racetracks. So you've got like Riverside Red. So there's a you know,
Daytona Blue,
Daytona racetrack, and then
Sebring. Yeah.
Yep, Sebring's a racetrack. Yeah, you know that. We're Bridgehampton Blue metallic code 979.
Nice.
So that
it's on the splendid color
on the Corvette,
especially under the sun.
That's that there, and that's where you get your trim 979
paint.
And your is that 400?
400, 1970. 400 is black vinyl.
And that's what we have.
Nice. Beautiful.
And then if you have more money, you could get black leather. That's 403.
Yep. Look at that.
See how they're squashed together?
Yeah, they have those.
What you call a chambered exhaust.
They had those pinches. They're like they're pinched.
So that's the same as, it's very similar to a Cuda. A Cuda has the same exhaust.
That's why they're so loud, eh?
That's where you get it from. A
so
lot of people don't. The guy that got this car first, who brought it into the country, he put it on. I never had it from original. Yeah, so you can see with the window and everything open, it's so different.
It reminds me of my MX-5 actually. I mean, that's the only thing it reminds me of, but everything else is different. What a beautiful day as well. Let's give it one for the boys. So they say miles per gallon, not miles.
I've never heard that. Miles per gallon.
And that's the end of the video, guys. I really want to thank Dane for his availability and his great knowledge of classic cars, cool tips, stories, and everything Chevrolet engineering. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. This is Andy from Muscle Cars Universe. I'll see you in the next videos, guys. Bye bye.